So your I-140 has been approved. Congratulations. And now you want to know how to make I-485 application. Well, watch this video. I'll show you how to make your I-485 package. The I-485 application process is much more simpler than I-140. The documents that you need are a cover letter. So this is my cover letter. As you can see, this is a very simple document. Here, essentially, I have told them in the beginning that I'm submitting an application for change of status. I provided my priority date on which my I-140 was approved, and then listed all the documents that I'm submitting along with this application. It just helps to organize the application properly. So I would suggest writing a cover letter. I have provided a template of the cover letter. So once you have the cover letter, the main form is the I-485 application to register as permanent resident form. This application you can download from the USCIS website. I have provided the link in the description below. Along with this application, you need a photocopy of Form I-797, which was the approval notice for your I-140 application. So make sure you submit that. Without this, your application will be rejected or delayed. Then the other form that you need is a I-693 report of medical examination and vaccination record. This is a form which would be provided to you by a civil surgeon. So I have provided a link in the description below. You can use that link to first schedule an appointment with a civil surgeon. You cannot use any doctor. It has to be a doctor approved by USCIS. So you need to make an appointment, and then the doctor will check your vaccination records and then provide this form. In my case, it took about $400 to get this thing done by a doctor, and the doctor himself provided the form and signed the form. They will give it to you in a sealed envelope, and the envelope has to be sent along with your package. This process can take a month or maybe longer, so I would suggest that you plan ahead. Once you know that your I-140 has been approved, schedule an appointment as soon as possible. The other thing that you need is a photocopy of your birth certificate. In my case, I did not have the birth certificate with me, so I had to get it sent from India. So I would suggest you make a birth certificate as soon as possible, and you can even use just a picture. If somebody can send you a picture, you can use that picture, because they only need a photocopy, they don't need the original birth certificate. In addition to that, in my application package, I sent the form 765, which was the application for employment authorization. This is not a required form. You don't have to ask for employment authorization, but it's better to send this application. In case your 485 gets delayed, at least you will have an employment authorization so you can work. You don't have to be dependent on your H-1B. The other form which generally people send is Form 131, which is application for travel document. This is also called advance parole. This is also an optional document. This is the document that you can use to travel abroad while your 485 application is pending. In my case, I did not want to travel, and generally people would recommend against traveling while your 485 is pending. Because if you travel abroad while your 485 is pending, USCIS might assume that you have abandoned your application. Apart from these forms, you also need to submit some additional documents which shows that while you have stayed in the US, you have stayed on a legal status. So for that, you need to submit photocopies of your passport, your visas, your Form I-120, all forms I-797, which are approval notices, your OPT employment card, H-1 visas, 797, and the most recent Form I-94. So all the documents that you had collected for I-140, you can just reuse them for your I-485. You also need to send 2 copies of your passport style photos, an employment letter from your current employer, and a recent paycheck. and a signed statement that confirms that you intend to work in the same field for which your I-140 was approved. This is the template of my statement about my intent to continue working in the field which was specified on Form 140. This is a very simple and concise statement that I have a job in this area and I intend to work in this field which was specified on Form 140. I have provided a template for this statement in the description below. So in addition to all these forms, you also need to send another copy of all these documents. You might wonder, why am I sending two copies of these documents? That's because one of the set of documents is used for your 485 application and the other set is used for your EAD application. So you need to send another set of copies of your visa, I-20, 797 and so on, and also two photographs. Essentially, you will be sending two copies of all your documents. So this is it. These are all the documents that you need for your 485. It's a very simple process. You just need to compile all these documents together and send it. Once your application is received, you will hear back from USCIS within about 4 to 6 weeks, and your biometrics will be scheduled in about 8 to 10 weeks from the date of your receipt of your application. Good luck, and if you have any questions, put them in the comment below. Thank you.